Hello guys, welcome back. It's Fred up in the shack, and on this video I've got something really cool, at least I think so, to show you. This little tiny ATS 20 all mode all band radio receiver. In the video we are going to have a look at this little tiny receiver unit. We'll go through some of the functions, what it does, what it doesn't do, some of the things that I like about it and a couple of things that I'm not so keen, and then I will connect it up to my outside antenna and we'll do some video where we record, find out what it receives. But before we get started, I have to say a big thank you to Bangood, who sent this in for review. Now I've been looking at these on Bangood and other sites for about 18 months now. So when Bangood contacted me, said, Fred, would you like to do a review on the ATS 20? Well, I bloody well ripped their arm off because I've been itching to get hold of one of these units. I'll leave buying links to the Bangood website if you're interested in buying one of these. They're pretty much the same price all over the net, but I have found from personal experience, I've bought a lot of stuff off Bangood over the years, normally 3 weeks delivery to the UK, and on the rare occasion where I've had a problem, they've sorted it out instantly, either by sending another product or quite often offering me a full refund. So it's always good to go to a reputable supplier when you're buying one of these little radios. Before we get into the main review on this ATS 20 receiver, I've just got to talk about the history, how this has come about. It's quite fascinating. It's built around a Arduino microcontroller. Now the Arduino Nano has been out since I think about 2008, and many people have built many projects using breadboards and things like that on this microcontroller, and people started quite early on building little FM radios. But it wasn't until the Arduino was paired up with the Si4732 CMOS receiver chip, which is an amazing little chip. If you look into this, the 4732 and also the 4735 CMOS chip, it's a full package. It's an AM, FM, shortwave, longwave, full radio receiver in one chip. And this chip has found its way into much more expensive, larger radios. I believe Texon use it as well. And when the Arduino Nano and this chip paired up, what was produced was quite an amazing little receiver. Now you can buy this in a bare board form. If you want to experiment and you want to expand this yourself, it's cheaper to buy. You can buy this as a bare board and then you can sort of build it up, or if you want the full package, then a little bit more money, it's not a lot more, you get it in this rather nice aluminium or aluminum case. So what do we get for our money? Because it's not expensive, we get a lot, a surprising amount. It's AM, FM, long wave and sideband, both upper and lower sideband. The radio tunes, I think, from 100 all the way up to 30 meg, so that's right across the whole spectrum. That gives you obviously the AM broadcast band, long wave broadcast band, shortwave broadcast band, and also the ham bands as well. CB band right across the spectrum there, the American CB band at the lower side of the frequency, moving through to sept, what we call the mid block. It will do the 27555 on upper sideband, lower sideband. It does do the UK 40 frequencies, but at the moment I haven't been able to get it to tune to FM, which is a little bit odd. If you know how to do that, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Moving along the unit, if you're used to tuning HF radios, this will all be quite familiar to you, but if you're not, this is a good little unit that could get you into shortwave radio listening at a very cheap cost. But we have the band switches here, band up and down. There are 20 band presets. This covers 160, 80, 40, 30, 17, 15, 12, 11 meter CB band and 10 meter ham band. So they're all pre-tuned for you, save you having to use the VFO there. Next we have a simple volume up and down. Step button there, so you've got variable steps. It will do 1, 5 or 10 kilohertz steps. Next to that is an AGC control, automatic gain control. It's more of an antennator. You can adjust or decrease the sensitivity of the signals coming from your antenna. Directly below that, mode control, of course, AM, FM and upper and lower sideband, or in the other mode, FM or long wave. And then a bandwidth filter, audio bandwidth filter, fully adjustable, 0.5, 1, 1.2, 2.2, 3, 4 kilohertz there, so it covers all of the bands, broadcast and also ham bands. The tuner there, the VFO tuner, now it's a slight criticism, I think. It is clicky, it's not a smooth linear kind of control. I personally I do like smoother VFOs that you can sort of tune with one finger. I believe if you go online, a few people are swapping out this little VFO control here. They're putting in a linear control. It's a little bit loose, I'll be honest with you. It's probably not any worse than some of my CB radios, but yeah, I think if you're good with a soldering iron and you don't mind delving inside the radio, I think you could probably improve that, but it works perfectly okay. In sideband mode, if you want to adjust the BFO, beat frequency oscillator or clarifier in CB language, that's easy enough to do. You just push on the VFO there, and as you can see, that then gives you the option to clarify the stations in. It is, as I say, it is a clicky device. Linear would have been better, but it does work surprisingly well. Looking at the unit itself, well, the first thing is its size. It is tiny. It is a very, there's my hand, it's just a tiny unit. It's perfect little travel unit if you're going somewhere on holiday. This is really all you would need if you want to do a little bit of listening to DXing, things like that. Construction wise, as I said, the case is aluminium. It's a very nice case. The front fascia there is sort of like a printed circuit board effect, absolutely fine. The VFO is plastic. On the Bangood website it shows that as being white for some reason, but they supply it as black. On the top there we've got a nice 8 ohm 1.5 watt speaker. It's a decent size. The audio quality is very good. Don't get much bass out of it if you go on FM, but it's absolutely perfect for DXing. Moving to the back of the radio, USB charge socket. This is also connecting straight into the Arduino there, so if you were wanting to flash the firmware, this is where you would do your updates. Simple power on off. LED charge socket, obviously for charging it. Now it's got a 3,600 mAh lithium ion battery. I charged this about a week ago when it arrived, and I've been playing with it ever since. Really can't keep my hands off it, really impressed with this, and it hasn't run out of battery power. I can't see anything on the display though telling me how much battery power I've got left. Next to that is a headphone socket. I believe it's stereo. It is actually, yeah, it's stereo on FM and then mono on everything else. Of course, that would allow you to connect this to an amplifier if you wanted to boost the signal. And then you've simply got a standard BNC antenna connector, and then next to that is an AM and FM tuning switch depending which mode you're in. Now you don't get much in the box, you don't even get a USB charge socket, but it's just a simple mini USB to USB. You're bound to have got one of those knocking around. They do supply you with an antenna. You get a very basic little extendable antenna, absolutely fine, perfect for FM stations. It will suffice as a shortwave antenna if you're going after the broadcast bands, maybe some of the very stronger ham bands, but really what you need to do is just get yourself a BNC plug and a coil of wire, single core wire, any wire will do, electrical wire if you want to strip it down, and just run that out of a window, run it along a garden, something like that, and on shortwave a long wire will bring in the stations. Likewise, if like me you've got an outside antenna, I've got a CB Antron 99 antenna, well you can get these little BNC to 259 connection plugs. This one cost me about £3.70 on eBay, and this goes straight on the back there, and then you can connect this to your outside antenna. I'll be using my Antron 99 CB antenna in a minute. We'll see, we'll connect it up and we'll see what we get. I don't know what the propagation is like today, but for what I have been using so far, just with the built-in FM antenna, it's a very sensitive unit. It's been bringing in shortwave absolutely fine, and yeah, I'm very impressed with it. There has been, I will say this, because like I say, this is a project radio, it's continually evolving. There were some issues early on. Sometimes some of the units, not saying from Bangood, but I'm just saying that when these first come out, these were kind of rushed and cloned like you get from China. I know there's been a few issues with the VFO. Some of these have failed, and sometimes some of the buttons have not worked, and that's been down to shorting on the soldering. This unit's been absolutely fine. This ATS 20 unit, yeah, I've not had any problems. But there again, buy from a reputable seller like Bangood. If there is any problems, you've got somewhere you can send it back. Right, anyway, I think what I need to do, I need to connect this to my outside antenna. Let's see how it does. Let's see what it brings in.
There you go, there you go, there you go, way too big, there you go, that's what I'm talking about. I want to go a couple of rounds with Godfather. Get too big, windjammer with the eagle main, bang, bang, bang. I'm 2-7. 2-7, bye-bye. Hey, too big, you're big, shoving there in the back. I just wanted you to know you were in the somebody calling me, man. I couldn't get your 28, man. I hear you out there calling me, man, but shit, I can't get your 28. That's got turbo keys on the polymer. Who that calling the fine, man? Tell you the boys, you say you gonna have fun with the boys. You having fun with the boys while you close that driver, no doubt about it, and sitting in the backyard, no doubt about that. Well, hey, boys, I hear your radio today. Hey, boys, money, I hear you on my radio, brother, but that real black man is still talking and smoking, so will. Take care, boys. It's the Will thing, got down.
La nuova edizione alla edizione per portazione accompagnata da edizione da procedura con esplodo de
and Meru and other killings of journalists and human rights defenders in Bangladesh, they said. I am Robin Gomes.
In France, police have intercepted hundreds of vehicles trying to enter Paris as part of a protest against the nation's coronavirus regulations. Authorities have deployed more than 7,000.
Мы мечом насаждать свое мировоззрение и культуру, когда мир можно завоевать торговлей. Во II веке до нашей эры шелковый путь брал свое начало в древней столице Поднебесной Сиаме. Далее через...
mai mulți ani și să poată transforma în ceva care să cuprindă marea masă a școlarilor. Aici este vorba de...
They can't shift from side to side too much. They love when you just try to run straight at them. So hopefully from this Irish point of view, Joey Carberry is trying to just put that bit of width on it, put that bit of deception and try to move these big boys.
Aise ho Kismat. Mere bhi Allah, from the 1971 movie Mela, sung by the legends Mohammed Rafi and Lata Mangeshkar. And this song will take you to the news of the hour, and I shall catch up with you. Cheer, but news
Plays it forward, left-footed towards the breaking Pookie, but it's tidied up very comfortably by Ruben Diaz. Still Norwich City 0, Manchester City 0.
Well, I was pretty impressed by that. There was a little bit of propagation, as you heard, coming in there. Nothing from Europe, but mainly from America. I've been playing with this all week. I can't stop playing with it, even just on the shortwave band. I think it's a perfect travel little radio, and it's bloody cheap as well. Really, really impressed. There will be other videos on this. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to wait for the propagation to pick up. I want to see how it picks up European channels. I want to see how it does on the 555 there, 27555. So stay tuned, maybe subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. There'll be a lot more videos on this. Links to buy this from the Bangood website are in the description. Like I say, it is available all around on the internet, but it pays to buy from a reputable seller, something like this. And yeah, what more can I say about it? It is a fun bit of kit. It's the most fun I've had all week. And I think you can tell that, as always, I was very excited reviewing this radio. Look out for more videos on this little radio because it's a cracker. But it just remains for me to say, as always, thanks for your view time. I do really appreciate it. I am such a small channel. It means a lot. But as for now, take care. And of course, catch you on the next one, guys.